This is Manuel Godoy. We are here live on IG, and we're gonna be talking with the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Venom Page. All right, he's partnering with Black Sands. He's about to hop on in a second, and we're gonna be talking about what we're gonna do with Black Sands, what we're gonna do in the future for Black comics in general, and all the cool stuff, man. It's about to be lit. It's about to be lit for sure. We go pull MVP up here. We go pull MVP up here, man. I know, right? He's just a goat in general, man. That dude's been fighting all his life. He's been fighting all his life. What's up, player?
What's good? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm glad you're taking some time off of the training schedule, man. I know how it is with you guys, man. You're
Yeah,
dying out there.
yeah. The grind is serious. The grind is serious, but this you got important things like this we gotta make happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is this is kind of crazy because at the end of the day, you never think that people would build coalitions like this,
Mm.
right? It's like you never think that it really happened. Everybody has their little bubbles and stuff, right? But at the end of the day, I think we all have the same alignment, man. Fighters, parents, football players, all that stuff. We all trying to like send a message and an
Mhm.
example for our kids or
Mhm.
youth,
Yeah,
right?
the next
That
generation.
you can be a strong, positive, masculine black man and make it in this world,
Hmm.
right? And you don't gotta do anything different. So I appreciate you for hopping on in the first place.
No, man.
Appreciate you for joining the Black Sands team.
Yeah.
And let's start talking about that. What the heck is the Black Sands gonna do with Michael Venom Page, man? Can you explain what you saw in Black Sands in the first place, and more importantly, what you're gonna bring to the table, brother?
Uh, to be, what, I was following you before we actually ended up speaking. I just seen the Black Sands comics, and representation is key for me in on all fields. And I feel black person in the UK. There's a lot of things that I wasn't aware of until later on. I was like, oh, actually, we don't I've never seen that before. And then we've seen Disney Channel start to promote a bit more, and with the movement of the Black Panther. Back in the day, I'd only ever see, guys as drug dealers or guys
Oh yeah,
as
yeah.
they're always the criminal, they're always the bad guy. You see what I'm saying? You don't really get the superhero. The closest thing I probably had to black superhero was like Blade, which was still kind of like, he's still kind of the anti-hero. Do you know what I mean? He's not like
Oh
your
yeah, they didn't make
typical.
him a real. I didn't make him a pure hero.
Do
He's
you see
kind
what
of
I'm
like,
saying?
yeah.
So I'm saying, and even before that, for me, I was really into Spawn as well. And Spawn again is very dark. As much as it's like, it's a black super, and I really got into him because he was a black guy, but he was dark. It's really dark. He wasn't like your typical. Everything feels like you have to be underground to be to be a superhero. So when I saw you guys,
You have to
I
come
kind of
back
loved what
from
it was.
hell.
Yeah, literally had to go to hell, come back from hell in order to do anything right. So, but Black Sands is the different. I'm very into the ancient Egypt and like the old, like Africa, like the old school stuff. I'm very into like the Anunnaki as well. Like I listen to those kind of stories, and it reminds me a lot of just that world, that realm, gods, the gods of old, Anunnakis coming back to the earth and their kids, and I just love what you guys have done with it. So I've always been a fan, and now to be have a conversation with yourself, to be a part of it, I'm excited, especially to kind of help Asar get
His
build his character, his fight
swag, right?
style.
He gotta get his swag. Let me
Yeah,
see here. Let me see
yeah.
if
So
I
I'm
get a good
excited.
shot of him.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part of that, man. Definitely, definitely. And I hope everybody else is excited too, because this is definitely gonna be some
We got
some big stuff.
we gotta make this a little cooler too, right? So like this is kind of like
Oh,
how he fights nowadays,
yeah,
right? He's a little bit more generic. We
yeah.
gotta style that up, man. We
Oh,
got
yeah,
we
yeah,
got
yeah. Nah. We gotta make it MVP swaggy.
yeah, we gotta make an
MVP
MVP
swaggy.
swaggy, man. So if you guys don't know, when I talked to MVP about this, I said Asar cannot be a generic anime
Mhm.
hero. He can't be a generic anime hero. he got to be a star from the Bronx or a star from Brooklyn or a star from the
Mm-hmm.
UK. He
Yeah.
got to have swag,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, MVP, not only are you going to help us with the combat, but
Mm-hmm.
also his bravado,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
bragging, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being a
Mm-hmm.
kid,
Yeah. Yeah.
why do we have to be a mature and ultra mature and stuff when we're dealing with people who probably shouldn't even be in the same stage with us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
I think what you're gonna do is you're gonna make Asar one of the most memeable characters of all time.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Again, I want to try and add my personality. And exactly what you're saying. I love to do that. When I express myself in the cage, when I express myself when I go out, when I go to war, there's still an element of, swag, element of, I'm still having fun, but I'm styling on you because I've done the hard work, but I know this is the level that I'm at. So I portray that, I show that to you, I show that to everybody around. So yeah, I can really relate to Asar, and I feel like I can give him that energy and that swag. So yeah, man,
Well,
let's get this.
let's pause this for a second because I'm seeing a lot of questions in the comment section about the anime. So let's see if we can redress some of these, and then
Hmm.
we'll go back into it. So one person says, "When is the anime supposed to come out?" Carl Reed said next summer. Right? There's a whole bunch of things we got to do by October in order to hit that summer release.
Hmm.
Right? But I think we could do it because we're already at 868,000 right now in the investment round, and if we hit $1 million by this weekend, I should be able to pull out that money, right, and begin to immediately deploy the artists.
Hmm.
And it's just like 100
Get to
artists.
work.
Yeah,
Mm.
so
Mm.
we got to deploy a lot of people, but we should be able to get enough done to go to that sales conference in October, sell pre-sale foreign rights to like Brazil and Korea and Japan and everything else, and then we're good for summer. The summer's good, right? We got to get those pre-sales in first, though. So that's what we're looking for. Additionally, if you guys don't know, uh, right now we have an investment round on WeFunder. So if you're not following me and you're on my MVP's page, hit that follow button so you can go and see the actual link to the investment round. And you can just join these people, man. We got like 860 investors already. So we're good.
I'm one
And
of them.
yeah, he's actually one of those. So he'll tell you all about that, right? But he's one of the investors as well. And it's only been up like 2 days. It's been
Yeah,
officially up 2 days. So that's how
amazing,
far we've gotten.
amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh man, I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
So
It's exciting times.
yeah, it's
Exciting times.
exciting because one thing is this, right? I want to, and this is kind of like my I don't think you guys have it in the UK, but in the US, we used to have this thing, right? For anybody who's over 30 years old, they probably seen it. Where back in the day they used to have like Publishers Clearinghouse or something like that, and they used to have huge giant checks they used to just randomly deliver to houses, right, all across the United States, right? They would just show up with a check that's like $300,000. They would just show up with
That's
all these cameras and stuff
crazy.
randomly, and they'd be like, "What the heck is going on here? Oh yeah, you're one of the members that got this time." And I want to do that like 2 months after the anime comes out because everybody who invested in this campaign is a
Mm.
profit sharing investor.
Yes.
So if somebody invested 10K, which I think I've seen about 12 people do it already, right?
Mm. It's
So
amazing.
12 people actually did 10K.
Amazing.
If we do great, that check's gonna be big.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know
And
what
it's
I mean?
good when you make it a community thing. People forget how powerful it is when you do things as a community. And yeah, this is a great thing. It's a great
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I love
And,
I love that.
yeah, and you're in it too, so you're gonna get that same thing. I'm gonna have to fly to
Dude, you gotta come
UK.
to London, man. You gotta come to. You're always welcome. You're
Yeah, I
always
need to
welcome,
go
bro.
out there immediately anyway, just for the heck of it,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
just
yeah.
need to come out there and just hang
Definitely.
out with y'all,
Yeah, definitely,
man.
definitely. We'll link up, get some videos going.
Yeah, and so yeah, Michael Venom Page, he did 10K into the investment round. That
Hmm.
was big, big, massive. He was one of the first ones to come in, you
So we
know.
did.
So not only is he working with us, he's also doing that. And MVP, don't you have aspirations to make your own comics?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We're working on some stuff in the background, so it's definitely something. This is the space that I really take enjoyment. It reminds me of my childhood. I used to go to my cousin's house, and we would like take all the comics from under his dad's bed,
Yeah.
and we were just reading through like all like the old school Spider-Mans, the X-Men comics, the Marvel comics. It's like all of that kind of stuff. So this is my childhood. This is something that, I've definitely wanted to circle back to. Obviously, I'm focusing on the fighting, but in the background, we're getting some work done. So, partnering with you is a big thing
Yeah.
for so many
That's
different
that's
reasons.
part of the
So many different
partnerships. This
reasons.
partnership is
Yeah.
not something that's short term. Eventually,
No,
he's going
definitely.
to want his books out to the world,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter how it works. If it's
Yeah.
mentoring or if it's publishing,
Mm-hmm.
I got your back, right? I got your back
Respect, my
because
brother, man. Respect. Respect.
and the thing about it is, I'm a big believer, and I guess for people who don't know what the heck Black Sands is,
Mm.
we publish exclusively stories about ancient African history. That's just what we do. We talk about Mali Empire. We talk about
Mm.
Madagascar. Sometimes it's straight up real history.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's like a story set in an ancient kingdom, so you can
Mm-hmm.
kind of get the vibe while
Mm-hmm.
also getting a unique story. But that's what we do because everybody else does superheroes. Everybody
Yeah.
else does, everybody else tries to basically compete with Marvel and
Mm-hmm.
DC, and you can't compete with them because they own the media, right?
Mm-hmm.
The companies that own them own
Mm-hmm.
the media. So Marvel is Disney, and Disney owns
Mm-hmm.
freaking 60% of the media.
Mm-hmm.
DC is Time Warner, and Time Warner owns the other
Mm-hmm.
40%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're taking over everything.
Yeah, so it's like it's not much you could do about it to compete with them, really. And we already have enough superheroes, right?
Mm.
And stereotypical superheroes, right? Every
Yeah,
black
yeah, yeah.
character has to be bulletproof,
Mm-hmm.
or a soldier,
Mm.
ex-soldier, or
Mm. Yeah, true. So
right.
same old storylines. Same old storylines.
Yeah, so we just got to mix it up, man. And I believe
Mm.
you're going to be able to help us mix it up when it comes to the anime. We're going to help you mix it up when you tell your story, right? Because we want to make sure that we're making it a unique experience for our audiences, and
Mm.
more importantly, we want to make sure these kids get great positive images. God forbid, right? God forbid a kid sees a black hero that's not, a gangbanger or a ex felon, right? Or a government
Yeah,
experiment, right?
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
no,
yeah.
they're not. They're just
Mm.
black.
Mm. 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 Yeah, we need more. We just, like you say, we need more representation is key, and the fact that when you see things that are, like I said, don't come from exactly the same place, it brings hope to a lot of people. It brings inspiration, it brings motivation to a lot of people. Like, there's not only one path to go down. So yeah, 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 an exciting thing to be a part of. And that's what I want to keep doing, is keep inspiring the next generation. You know what I mean? For people that are, from similar backgrounds as myself, and everybody else as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know this, but I did my research. Right, you were winning national championships before you were like 18, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what the
I
heck
think
is that, man? That's a comic. That's a fucking comic.
I'm the real life facade.
One day you gotta give me authorization to make that comic, man.
Oh man,
One
that'd be
day you
dope.
got to, man. 'Cause that's the comic right there. Freaking 16-year-old facing 30-year-old adults
Yeah, legit.
and wrecking them.
I was one of the youngest guys on the English kickboxing team at 13 years old.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah, yeah.
That's
For
so
the
lit. That
fighting
is
for the
such a
worlds.
crazy concept. Just
Yeah.
like they would be like, this is pure Hollywood. This is not real. There's no way this really happened, right? So we what wait hey one day it's gonna happen, man. Watch, he's gonna give me the authorization, man, or he's gonna do it himself, and I'm just
Now,
gonna be
well,
there
let's see.
helping.
That's gonna be a joint venture. Don't worry. I'm gonna take your
I
guidance. Take your
I,
guidance.
I want that one so bad because it's just I kids like especially young black kids in America and the U.S. I mean America and the U.K. Right? We some athletic dudes. Like young black people today are freaking monstrously athletic, right? And they don't know what they're capable of, right? Because all they do is see the examples of what they see on TV and Instagram and everything else. Get to college, and then you're going to be able to compete in the world once you
Hmm.
join a elite college.
Hmm.
And it's like 13 years old, whipping the entire
Hmm.
world's behind, right? It's like you don't gotta wait,
Yeah,
right? If
there you
you
go.
good and you put the practice
Hey,
in, you don't
get it
gotta wait
done
for
now.
nothing. Apply
Yeah,
and go.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I was lucky to have the guidance. Like both my parents were into combat, so I kind of as soon as I was walking, I had that guidance to do something, to be kicking and punching. But yeah, like you say, you can start early. You know what I mean? Get jump straight in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. All right, I think we're gonna call it here, right? But for everybody who's here, right, whether you're a fan of Black Sands or MVP, you need to join that Black Sands anime investment round so you can be
100%.
profit sharing with us,
Yeah,
right?
let's
This is
go.
our all in. I think this is the only thing we have left when it comes to a true chance to control our own narrative,
Hmm.
right? Because guess what? Every time you see that new movie from Africa, when they talk about a new African civilization, it ain't us who funded it.
Mm.
And they gonna make sure that certain messages aren't made in the movie because they don't want to have that kind of content
Hmm.
out there. So if we want to control the narrative, if we want our kids to have unapologetic experiences about African civilizations and legends and heroes, real life heroes that actually existed, you got to be able to fund it yourself. And this is the first big production that we are doing without any help.
Hmm.
So
It's
that's my
amazing.
pitch.
Big things. Let's go. Support it, man. Black Sands is an amazing comic. Just even regardless of anything else, the storytelling, the world that you've got. So just come and support it, listen to the stories, enjoy the stories, jump on, support, be in the community. Gonna have a great community. You guys got Eddie Griffin. That's my guy. That's got when I saw that,
That
I was
dude is so
excited.
gangster,
That's
man.
my guy, bro. That is my guy. I listen. That yeah, we're gonna have a real team, real solid team,
I'm telling you,
definitely.
man, it's one thing about having people who are like genuinely like good people,
Mm,
right? That's the thing, man. You don't really see that often because I've been around a ton of people in Hollywood,
mm,
ton
mm.
of people, right? There's only a few that like no matter who says what, they're gonna hang out with them.
Yeah,
Like if you see Eddie on the street,
yeah,
no matter where he at, he gonna find time to talk to you
yeah,
about your
yeah,
life and your experiences.
yeah, yeah.
If you got aspirations, he's gonna figure it out, and he's just gonna take that time. He's never in a rush. He's like, "Yo, I
Mm,
got you. I got you. This is your moment. You met me. Want to take pictures? You want to talk about what you're doing in life? Let's find out. Maybe I can inspire you to do something." And that's
yeah,
crazy to me.
yeah. I
I've
love
seen
that.
so many celebrities like I gotta go, gotta get out of here. Not him.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
yeah,
I've seen him do it not to me because he kind of knew me. He didn't know me, but he knew my books.
yeah,
He had them for his son, for one of
yeah,
his
yeah,
kids, right? So he knew the books, and he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, okay, you found me now."
yeah,
But I've seen him do it to random strangers
yeah,
just walking
yeah,
around. And they happen to see him, and they're like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he just
He
he's so
seems that
patient.
way. He seems that way, and he's very much into the ancient Egypt and all that kind of. Obviously, even in his jokes, he brings that kind of stuff up and talks. He's a deep thinker. I can
I'm a
tell.
I'm a
So
big believer. I'm a big believer that if you're a black person who's been through
mm,
enough, you know that they're lying to you about a lot, right? And it's not about believing in one thing or the other.
mm,
It's about just not believing in what the hell they said.
yeah, the general
Right?
narrative. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the goal, right? It's like I'm
Yeah.
not going to listen to them because I know they have a narrative
Mm, mm-hmm,
and they want to push
mm-hmm,
that narrative. So
mm.
whatever they're saying most likely is nonsense,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? And that's the kind of people that we have in our community. Is like they believe that whatever was already out there is probably a lie, and it's time to
Mm-hmm,
tell the real
mm-hmm.
story. And Black Sands is kind of that, right?
Yeah,
It's like I didn't ever tell nobody about this, but the characters are mortal beings; they're
yeah.
not gods, right?
Mm-hmm,
And the reason why is because we found Gilgamesh's like a lot of characters in the Gilgamesh saga, right? We actually found like a lot of their tombs, like the actual kings and queens of that time period. And we're
mm-hmm,
like, if everybody in the story is real, right?
mm.
Gilgamesh must have been
Yeah, yeah,
real. It's like
yeah.
he must have been. Was he that strong? Probably
Mm,
not. Did he
mm,
conquer a whole bunch of stuff? Probably so, right? And that's why they
mm,
made this epic about
yeah,
him,
yeah.
right? Just like Troy really existed. It might not have been what we thought Troy was, but it had to have existed,
Mm,
right?
mm, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like Black Sands, Pharaoh, Ra, the first Pharaoh, lived a
Mm,
thousand years.
yeah.
You know who else lived a thousand years in their myths? Ramses the second. He lived
Oh,
to like 90. But they said he reigned for 1,000 years. They said that in real time
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
6 generations died under him.
yeah,
You know, that's like eternity in Egypt.
yeah, yeah, man.
So yeah, man. I'm just excited. We get a chance to actually tell our story. We got great people like you on board.
Mhm.
And that's what it is, man.
Great team now. Let's go. Let's go.
All right, so we're out of here. Thank you guys so much for showing up. Appreciate y'all.
Respect to
Hey, if you're not
everyone.
following MVP, follow MVP. If you're not following me, follow me.
Follow
Uh,
Black Sands.
Link is in my bio. All right, click the link in my bio. You'll be able to get into the investment round, join the elites, right? And then we all gonna be at the premiere together. Let's go.
Nice one, man. Take care, bro. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, see you.